right, let's go by the numbers on Jokic winning this award, starting with 15. Jokic became the 15th player in NBA history to win MVP multiple times and the 13th to win in back-to-back seasons. And he also created his own club, becoming the first player in NBA history to record 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists in a single season. Jokic led the Nuggets in every statistical category. Jokic, he was just playing out of his mind all season long. But the question that is circulating around everybody's minds right now is, even though he finished with career highs in points, rebounds, blocks, steals per game, his versatility being on full display without his running mate Jamal Murray, is should he have won the MVP? So, Ramona, I'll start with you.
Look, he is a worthy winner. I just think there were three worthy candidates this year: Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic. And I think because Jokic wins, you can look at the advanced stats. I think it's going to go down in history as, okay, he won because of the advanced stats. That's how it's being written right now. But history should not always be judged 5 minutes after it happens. It can be judged 5 years or 10 years from now. I think Joel Embiid deserved to win. That's who I voted for. I think Giannis deserved to win. I think Jokic deserved to win. You showed one of the highlights from the Jokic playing against Joel Embiid, and he had the game-winning shot there. There was another play where Giannis went up against Embiid, blocked a shot at the end of the game. I know we all talk about advanced stats and all the other metrics that people vote on, but I think those two games, those two moments down the stretch actually really hurt Embiid's candidacy, in addition to the trade for James Harden, because that undercut the idea that he was the only guy carrying his team, right? And so these things are close, and we'll judge them 5 years from now, too.
Well, yeah, you can definitely judge them 5 years from now. I think when you look at this, there is no wrong answer. There is no wrong answer. And, Jokic, Giannis, Embiid. The one thing that for me as a kid that grew up watching this game, the fact that we are not going to talk about the MVP and we're here in the second round of the postseason, that to me, I always felt that was going to be the case. Last year when he beat Portland, the Denver Nuggets beat Portland, they cleared out all of Portland. They were like, yes, we like this team should not have beaten Portland. We're going to get rid of everybody. We're going to change everything. This year, you knew for a fact that it was going to be next to impossible for his team to advance.
Sure.
So I just look at that as like the MVP is also a promotion award for this league. And the fact that over the next 36 hours, that'll probably be the last time we talk about the MVP for the rest of the postseason. And that to me is just one of the things why I was like Embiid and Giannis, I had them a little bit in front of Jokic, even though their numbers weren't as great because of their teams.
JJ?
I would co-sign what both of them said, and I would also just add, in a normal season, you could make a strong case that Devin Booker should have been the MVP of the season. But the individual greatness, those three players, Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, they dominated. They dominated this year, and their teams were all good enough. And we can get into sort of different records, but when Jokic played, the Nuggets had a record that was on par with when Giannis played, that was on par with when Embiid played. I can't imagine what it must have been like. I do not have a vote. I can't imagine what it must have been like as a voter this year trying to decide between those three players. Had I had a vote, and we all know how I feel about my dear friend Joel Embiid, had I had a vote, I would have voted for Jokic. I think what he did this season was absolutely incredible, and he was the most valuable player in the NBA.
Yeah, Ramona, you're the only one on this panel who does vote.
Yeah.
I do not vote. Richard Jefferson does not vote. But this was an incredibly difficult decision.
You have to tell people my business. Why do you have to tell people that I'm not?
I think it's
It's
important.
okay.
It's
It was.
transparency,
And by
baby.
the way, this hasn't been announced yet. This is just our Adrian Wojnarowski reporting it.
Sure.
So I'll be really curious to see what the actual vote totals are.
Yeah.
I'm really curious.
I bet it's going to be a slim margin. But
I don't know. I think Giannis closed the gap at the end.
Interesting.
And I'm curious to see where second and third come out too.
Ooh.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.